So today you're going to finish painting your caribou, the antlers, and the details here. Possibly you may be getting as far as cutting out your birds, but we're going to focus on this paper right here. So today we are going to learn about texture, so you can paint short lines on my caribou to show its fur-like texture, and also use dry brushing on the antlers to make them look rough. Okay, so my hope is that you, like I said, finish painting this, adding your little more dry brushing here, and then we'll work on the antlers, eyes, and then the little ears. Okay, so first of all, you'll need your paint. Remember, this is where you can mix colors. If you need another little paper towel, that's fine. A water cup, and then the sponge to dry. So with this one, I'm going to start off with a little bit of dry brushing here and painting on the antlers, especially since I have pure white right here. So I'm going to go into the pure white and paint the eyes. I probably should have gotten a smaller brush for this. We're making it work. And you can get as many brushes as you want. The key is that you just have to clean them out. Okay, so I've got the brushes. It looks a little funny right now, but that's fine. And then for my deer, my caribou, I should say, I'm going to take some of this white here. Remember, you don't need a lot of brown to change it. So a little bit at a time is great, so you get that shade. I rather do a little bit at a time than put too much, because then it's really hard to lighten it again. Okay, so I've got a nice kind of light brown, and then I can just do little strokes on here. And I want the other color to show through, because this is dry brushing, so I want that texture to be on my caribou's body. Okay, for the ears, I can use this color. I can mix like a pink color if I want. It's completely up to you. Remember, pink is just white with a little bit of red. Get a little bit of the inside of the ear here showing. That's what I love about painting, is once it dries, you can paint right over everything, and it works so well. Okay, so I'm going to let the eyes dry. I could decide to paint around the eyes with the black, but I'm going to eventually use black oil pastel to do all my details, just so it stands out and it's a little more control. Okay, so now with the antlers, I've got the base here. I'm going to mix up some more of this, a lot more of this. So I have a nice area here. And notice when I go back and mixing a similar color, I tend to go back to the same spot, so that I don't have to mess it up. Okay, and then I'm going to go over these, and then the great thing is, if you did something you don't like as well, you can kind of fix it. So right now I'm just kind of painting over these lines, and then I'm going to widen some areas that I want to look a little thicker, and then add some other little details to make it look more natural, because they're not perfect. Then we have the base right here. It kind of has a little piece going up there and there. So I've got this pretty much painted on here. Then I can go in with a little bit of the just plain brown, and I'm going to, let's see, kind of go over all these lines. You can see my black, which I kind of like, because doesn't make it so perfect. You think about their antlers, they're not like a perfect shade. They're going to be different browns and maybe some blacks in there. So I kind of take some pure brown, and I'm going right over these lines to make it look interesting. I can use a little bit of black if I want to, but be very careful. You don't want a lot of black on your brush, because it's a very, very strong shade, and it will change the color drastically. So if you look at mine, I mean, I hardly have any black on the tip of my brush, and I'm just like lightly, almost like I'm feathering it, so that it kind of stands out and gives it a really cool look. Okay, then when I'm cleaning out my brush, let's slide this a little bit, just a reminder, you go in here, with the water first. You can wipe on the edge here. I always try to clean it as much as I can with the water, and then I go to my brush. And notice I'm not jabbing, I'm just kind of wiping. And I'm not worried about this on the handle. Oops, sorry, this on the handle, as long as the brush is fairly clean. And then when everything is fairly dry, then you can take this black oil pastel and you're going to outline your caribou again, and outlining right over the paint so that it stands out a little bit more, including your ears, the rest of the body. The eyes, I think they're probably too wet, but you can kind of see it's coming off a little bit. But if those are completely dry, then I'll be able to outline them a little bit better. But then I'm going to go around here, outline the body again. Okay, and then I would be done with this part as soon as I finish the other antlers in the same method. And then the eyes, I may have to trace it next time. And then this is going to go on the drying rack, and then see me, and I'll talk about the birds, and that's what we'll do with this extra paper. So next week, we'll add the birds to the antlers, we'll add snow, other details with the black, but this page here should be painted so it can be dry and ready to go for next week.